All right, it says I'm live. So let's see here. I just lost the second chat. There we go. Oh, I know what I did. I clicked on something different. Hey, Discovery Bay. So I'm still new to live streaming and everything, but I thought I'd do a quick one real quick and see how it goes, really. So what I'm going to try to do on most, if not all, my videos is just hold up something I've read lately that I think is pretty cool. So I went to my comic shop, let's see, less than a week ago, and I happened to see a particular uh, comic book that brought back some memories of the 90s, and I had to pick it up. And it's this one right here, Hack Slash versus Chaos #1. And I don't know if it's flipped, by the way, so if you guys can read it properly, let me know, and that might be something I have to look at later. But I've read Hack Slash before, and I enjoyed it. And I remember back in the 90s, you'd get one of the Chaos books, and they'd have these women with really big boobs, and you'd have to, hide it from your mom or whatever because you didn't want them to see anything. And, it just brought back memories. So I bought it. That particular issue, they're working mainly with Evil Ernie, and the next issue, apparently, they're going to have to go after Purgatory. So might be something I pick up an issue 2 on. I don't know, but I did read the first one and I liked it. Now, the title of the video is Incredible Hulk 181 and How I Almost Messed Up. So I made a video a little while ago. I don't know if anyone's seen it or not, where I mentioned I bought and sent off to CGC an Incredible Hulk 181. And I was very excited because it was 12 years ago when I bought it for the first time. I paid $350. I sold it for $400, so I made a little bit of money. But of course, it's been 12 years, and I've been kicking myself for selling it ever since. And I finally got it back, and I was very excited to see the grade. In Fairyland, I thought it would get a 7.0. I actually thought it would be a 5, most likely probably a 6. I was wrong, and I think I know why. I'm going to show it to you first. I got a 3.5. So I was a little disappointed, but I spent $1,500 on the book, and it cost $200 to get it graded. So I have $1,700 in it, and if I were to sell that, today I would get between $1,800 and $2,000. So I still did good by buying it at a decent price, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get another one. That way, I always will have one in my collection. But if I were to sell it, like when a movie comes out or something, it'll probably double. And Happy New Year to all you guys too. I noticed everyone's saying that in the chat. But what I did wrong, I bought it raw, came to the house, and like I said, I haven't had this book in my possession in 12 years. So I open it up, I go to check the front cover, check the back cover, flip through, make sure it has the Marvel Value stamp in it. And I was so excited, I overlooked some things. And I know I overlooked some things because when I looked at the grader's notes online that CGC provides you for free, I noticed that there were some things on the cover I missed. I missed a few things on the inside and the back cover. So what I should have done was take a few days, calm down, and then look at the book. And I would probably have noticed more of the other stuff, but I still would have sent it in, and I still would have got the grade I got, but I would have known ahead of time, and I wouldn't have had that disappointing feeling. So that's one thing I wanted to mention, but I didn't quite learn my lesson. I'm also been in the market for a Silver Surfer #3, the first appearance of Mephisto. And I was just scrolling one day while I was over at my parents' house talking with them, and happened to see one for 75 bucks and thought, holy crap, that's an excellent buy. And I just bought it right then. Uh, Yeah, you got that, Gray Man. And anyway, here it is. And I don't know how well you can tell, but if I show you the spine, you can definitely tell this is not in the greatest of condition. And I like to grade my books. I have nothing against the people that like to keep them raw, but it's just not me. So did I press it first? I always press the books that I send in. If I can't afford to get it pressed, I either don't send it in, or I just don't send it in, really. And I think that's a very valuable thing to do, is pressing. The only problem is, depending on what you get. Like, for example, this Incredible Hulk 181, because of the value of the book and the tier you have to use, it was $100 roughly to get it pressed. Whereas you send in a modern book and get it quick pressed, it's $8. So yeah, I do always press them. But even if you get this book pressed, I don't think it would help much on the spine. You learned that the hard way too, huh? And yeah, I don't know if I might just give it away at some point. I don't know what I'll do. It's not worth it in this condition, I don't believe, to grade it. I mean, it's nice to have. It's still a pretty good looking cover, but oh, what's that, Gray Man? You're a quantity man. You'd rather buy more books than press and grade stuff. $100 to, yeah. I didn't know that till I sent it in too. But like I said, luckily I spent, or excuse me, luckily I got enough of a deal on it in the first place that I'm still okay even with the grading fees. And that's what I try to do, is buy as cheap as I possibly can. So anyway, I got some lessons to learn, I guess. Or just calm down and look better at pictures online, and probably shouldn't be doing eBay stuff when you're talking with your parents or eating. Or I've heard horror stories of some people that have been drunk and they go on eBay and like Comic Tom has a great story about that. Ruben, you missed literally everything, but that's okay. I can go back over it. Has anyone else by chance read this book, Hack Slash versus Chaos #1? It has one variant, I believe, as far as the cover goes. Let's see. So has anyone else happened to have read that? I had a nostalgia hit. That's what made me get it. And just for you, Ruben, I also had a story about how I thought this was going to be a 5, but I got a 3.5 instead. So I still got a 5 in it. But price was good enough. I'm still okay. And then I think you saw my Silver Surfer #3 there. But yeah, that's really all I got for you, people. Unless someone wants to ask me any question or anything, because I've never done this before, so I don't know really what I'm doing at all. The only videos I've ever made, other than testing out the live function, is I did some pre-recorded stuff, which I guess I should tell you that. I plan on hopefully releasing at least one video a week. Well, thank you. And I do know what the content will be as far as the next 3 videos. My first video will be, let's see, the first weekend in January. I'm going to do a why collect Golden Age comics, because I like it. I like Golden Age. I don't have very many because I focus on keys more than anything. But there's just something about gold that's, I love it. Another video I plan on doing is the religious aspect and the Christianity influence of in Kingdom Come, the book by Alex Ross and I think Mark Wade. was the writer. I'm not sure. And when it comes to religious stuff, I am qualified to do that. And I thought that would be very interesting with some of the symbolism involved. And then the next video will be what I plan on getting signed at the next convention I'm going to, which is the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo in Huntsville, Alabama. In case you haven't been able to tell by my accent, I'm in Alabama. That's my state, and that's our local, or I would call it local convention. It's got about 8,000 people probably go to it. I mean, I'd call it small to medium, probably more small, but the larger small. And what I'm going to be getting signed is a bunch of new Teen Titans books because Marv Wolfman is there. And I'm going to explain why I think those books are investment books. I think they're undervalued right now. And in the next 5 to 10 years, I expect them to jump up a lot in price. So I'm getting mine now. I'm getting stuff signed. And those are the 3 videos that I know I want to do now. That'll take me through most of January. So the rest is, I have no idea. You guys would have to tell me what you want to see. And then, of course, you're going to have to get used to how I talk and everything. And then you'll probably know better of what to suggest because I don't think that far ahead, people. I am not that smart of a person. Believe me, I failed typing in high school. So I'm doing this number, which is why I don't talk much during the chats other than saying, I have arrived. I like doing that. I've always said that since I was a kid, by the way. That's why I say it. I'm going to catch up with the chat here. Let's see. Do you submit at cons or by mail? If there is a grading company there, I will submit at the con. But I go to 2 a year. The one in Huntsville only has CBCS, and Dragon Con that I go to every year doesn't have any grading company there. So if it's something signed, I do CBCS. All others, I have a CGC membership, and I go through there. As you can see, if you look at some of my older videos, I did PGX once. Never again. That's to catch it on the replay. Sorry, that's no problem, man. Love the video of the table. Well, yeah, that was my first try at it. So I figured out how to go live. They don't make it very simple. No, they do not. I still don't know how to look at stuff on the new Creator Studio beta. I have it on the old one, so I know what I'm doing. Let's see, I think you need the camera higher rather than looking down. Okay. I'll be at Dragon Con, or you? No, I'm in Alabama, but hey, when it gets closer to time, we might have to see if we can meet each other. As far as how I got my setup, it's the best way I can do it now. I just bought a cheap webcam for my new computer, but I'm looking at you guys. There's the camera there. The chat and the screen where video is over here on my television, which is acting as my monitor. And I'm standing, so I'm more comfortable that way. And I have the mouse right beside me on a podium. And that's how I got my setup going. So, Barbarian Kung Fu, are you in Georgia if you're going to Dragon Con? Let's see. Yeah. Well, unless anybody has any idea for something else to talk on, I know, let's see. I'm in the Central Time Zone. It's 5:13 here. At 5:30 my time in the Central Time Zone, I know Reggie Simmons, IFBB Pro, has a new video where I think he's going to premiere something in chat as he's watching the video with us. And that'll be kind of cool. I'm going to try and catch that, but I'm also hungry and I need to eat. I am fat and I have to keep my figure. Oh, you're in Stockbridge. Dude, that's where I stay when I go to a hotel. I stay in Stockbridge. Holy crap. We'll definitely have to get together sometime when I go to Dragon Con next. Yeah, your first comic book, what was it? Gotta go, y'all. Happy New Year. We'll see you, man. And to answer your question on my first comic book, I have had comic books bought for me from my parents and ones that I got since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. So I have no idea what that first book was. But I can tell you one thing. My favorite character, in case you didn't notice by my icon, is Wolverine. And I do remember the book that got me into Wolverine. In 2001, after 9/11 happened, I picked up, because I was at my local Kroger, that's where I got comic books back in the day. I picked up a Wolverine book because I liked the cover. It was an all water cover with Wolverine being thrown in the water. So it had this diagonal of Wolverine going through the water with all the bubbles and everything. It was issue 177. It had the little ribbon for the 9/11 victims, showing support. And I was lucky. It was a part one of a story. And that book, I like the art, I like the story. It made me want to read the next one. And that is the book that got me into Wolverine and why he is my favorite character. And I used to own every solo issue that had his name on it. I don't now. I also got to figure out dinner and stuff here on the East Coast. I'll catch you in some of the streams later, Big Will. Later, Comic Books NYC. Oh, thank you, Ruben. I appreciate that. I read first Wolverine appearance, but it was a UK reprint, Marvel UK comic. Might even have been black and white. Hey, long as you get to read it, that's all that matters. Well, depends if you want something valuable. All right, well, I'm pretty much out of ideas here. I appreciate all of you coming. I definitely want to make sure I get some food taken care of, and I'm going to try and catch Reggie's chat. That'll probably be interesting. It's on how has Stan Lee's passing affected the comic book market. So that ought to be a good one. And I believe Jeffrey Comic-Con also has a New Year's Eve thing. There's going to be a whole bunch of people on there. I might be on it. I might not. I don't know. It depends on if they. I was an infant in school, I think. You were a brilliant infant then, man. Wow, already in school. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. See ya.